I was destined for a life of mischief and mayhem from the moment I was born. I was raised a soldier's son. My name is Mark Perrin Lowrey, and I come from a family whose military service in this country dates to the Revolutionary War. During the Civil War, all of the men on both sides of my family fought for the Confederacy. I was named for my great-uncle, a Confederate brigadier general, who was described as the bravest man in the Confederate Army. I was appointed to West Point to join the class of 1958, but it took me 6 years to graduate with the class of 1960. Chalk that up to the fact that during high school, I spent far too much time concentrating on football and girls rather than academic excellence, and there was some mischief involved. Maintaining the family tradition, I was commissioned into the infantry. Presumably, it was no surprise to anyone, but I dropped out of the race for Chief of Staff pretty early in the game. It's not easy to pinpoint precisely when that happened. Some would suggest that it was apparent during the opening hours of Beast Barracks. Others, more charitably, fix it at Camp Buckner. For the sake of historical exactitude, I can't subscribe to either theory. I was not biologically ordained to achieve positive recognition in any organization which values such traits as discretion, sobriety, abstinence, temperance, piety, deference, continence, celibacy, and sound judgment. For 26 years, I clawed my way up the slope of military mediocrity towards partial fulfillment, and it was great fun. I served with a few great military leaders and loads of others who weren't in that category. I ran across my share of pusillanimous sycophants and suffered from each encounter. In the end, though, it was never any of them who derailed my ascent to the top. Credit for that goes entirely to my great love of the grape and an irresistible impulse to help damsels in need. My several years with the Big Red One in Vietnam taught me the most about myself and my fellow man. Nothing after that seemed important to me. All those years in uniform provided a vivid tapestry of poignantly evocative memories. Many of the names which featured in those recollections are inscribed on the Vietnam Memorial. When I stared mutely at those names, which my own actions caused to be there, I pondered the unfairness which kept mine from being there instead. But the pragmatists tell us never look back. So when my time came to change employers, I went far away from the Army and all it had meant, and spent the rest of my working life as a garbage man. First as vice president for Browning Ferris International, and then as president of Waste Management South America. If I could no longer keep the world safe, at least I could keep it clean. Mark's story was written and read with love and respect by his baby brother Freed, Lieutenant Colonel, retired, West Point class of 1967, the good son.